Chase all this bread, though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Okay. We're doing it live, ladies and gents. Welcome to the show. Let's get into it. We got some trades already on the table. I do want to show you what happened to yesterday's short using the scalping system. Turned out pretty well, and we're in two trades now long. Right now, let me just pull this up for you guys. Hit that like button as you guys come on in. Share this stream so we can get more people involved and locked and loaded on this live stream, ladies and gentlemen. So what we have going on right now, and I'll bring it up over here. I'm short Ethereum and Bitcoin up over $1,000 right now, and we're dropping as we as we speak, as we live stream here. So what happened here? So essentially, what I did was I actually missed the entry. I missed this entry here, this first dip. The market's at about 9:30. That's roughly the opening, right? Or actually, it's a little bit after 9:30, or before 9:30, I should say. We started to run back up. So we ran back up to basically almost entry, similar to what happened yesterday in yesterday's sequence of trades. Okay, let me get a little music going on in the background right now. Fade that back. So what we have here was a similar situation that happened to us yesterday, where the markets reverted back to our entry point on the scalping signal, and that's when I was able to execute the trade and get in it. And as you can see here, this happened actually for Ethereum and Bitcoin, so I was able to capture both of those trades, get a second chance at that on both of those trades going short. So now we're in this to win this. We're very close, and this is the upgraded scalping system. We're very close to taking profit. It's yellow now, meaning we're only about 0.1% away from the take profit target. So we'll let that play out, because I think we're going to get the take profit on both of these. We're very close on the Ethereum take profit as well. That's why it is yellow. As you guys can see there, the Bloodalytics system showing you now with the tooltip I developed to kind of give you some real-time stats on your trades. How many people feel like 122 was the top for this local cycle? Hype been in the building. We got Crypto Neck in the house. Carbon in the building. What's going on, y'all? So, as you can see, again, we are riding this one down. Executed it perfectly on the rebound, because, as I tell you guys all the time, do not chase the trade. If you miss the entry, wait for a comeback. Wait for a pullback to where you initially entered the trade, where your system gave you the signal to go long. Whatever strategy you're using, don't chase the trade. Let the markets come back. Normally it zigzags anyhow. So you're going to get a zigzag. You're going to get a zigzag. I'm going to take, because I have 2 trades open, I'm going to take some off the table here on this Bitcoin trade. So let me do that, because we're in the zone. We're really close. So I'll take a little bit of that off the table. I got to zoom out for that. Let's see. We'll do 25%, because really we're close to getting the 50%. So I'm taking 25%, locking that in right now. And we just got to drop. This will definitely trigger the take profit for the Ethereum trade that we're in. Once that candle closes, you're going to get a we got 7 seconds. We're going to get a close on that, which is great. We're going to take 50% of the profits off of that. Boom, there you have it. Cha-ching. And that's let me take that right here. It's 1,000 there, so we're going to take 500 off the table on this trade for Ethereum. Lock that in. Boom. All right. So we locked and loaded. We took half our profits. Now, at least on Ethereum, it's rent free now. Because there's no way, even if we traverse this whole thing and go back up and stop us out up here at 36.75, it's not enough to make us lose money on that trade. So we're going to be Gucci on that. Yeah, we're going to be good on that. Let me go over here to this account. Hopefully I'm not, dang it, I'm not logged in. And I don't have my damn phone. All right, just took profits on Bitcoin. So what I'm going to do is take another 25% off the table for the Bitcoin. So we've got let's see here. So we're able to make 192, lock in on the Bitcoin short, and 480 bucks we locked in on the Ethereum short. There you go. Bloodalytics, live and direct. I'm not showing you, what I did in yesterday or the day before. I'm showing you live and direct how to make money using Bloodalytics. Straight up and down. All right, so here we go. And then we'll get into the Galaxy Digital situation. They dumped 30,000 Bitcoin last week. That kind of got past my radar. Didn't even realize it. We'll talk about that later in the episode. Ben Simmons asks, what do you think about Dow, Aave can reach once we start cutting rates and alts get going? Bro, Ben Simmons, good to see you. I don't know, man. Like, if they start cutting rates, Bitcoin, stock market, all that is going to start heading higher. It will. But the problem is, by the time they start cutting rates, because the Fed and the government is always behind, they're always lagging. By the time they do that, you would have seen a significant drop in those assets before they come in and rescue. So you're going to get the pain first before you see the rate cut. That's the thing that people kind of like fail to realize when they say, oh, well, they're going to raise rates. Yeah, they may raise rates, but damn, by the time they raise rates, Bitcoin might be at $60,000, $50,000. You know? So why wait for that? Because they're going to cut rates. They have to. They have to keep the Ponzi scheme going. They have to keep the easy money going. All right, so that's our setup. 2 active trades, scalping right now. Again, let's come on over here. We've locked in about 700 almost in profits. We are currently, yeah, I can do it this way. This is a better. This is a better view right here. So we're currently running P&L 480 on Bitcoin, and we got about 480 on Ethereum, still open. But we've locked in about 700 in profits today, and we're continuing to drop. Don't forget, sign up with Bit2Next right now using the QR code you see on the screen. Let me pull that up for you. Use that QR code right there on the screen. Sign up with a new Bit2Next account, and you get 5 days free of the scalping system you see right now. All right, so check that out. And also, if you deposit, there are some deposit rewards and trading rewards. As you see on the screen, you can pause this live stream and check out the details on that. But here's a QR code again to sign up. If you do sign up with a new Bit2Next account, all you have to do is basically send me your UID number and your TradingView number to algo@cryptoblood.io. algo@cryptoblood.io. So Ben Simmons says he wants to build a multi-year portfolio, currently evenly split. Bitcoin, ETH, Aave. Well, just know that you know, anything below ETH and Bitcoin are going to have exponential performance gains and exponential performance losses to the downside. So being evenly split right now is actually having you a lot of risk. A lot more risk than you would think, because those other non-Bitcoin and Ethereum tokens in your portfolio are going to, it's a lot of risk you're holding there. So it just depends on your risk appetite. How do derivatives work on Coinbase? Maybe you can do an introduction of it. I don't use Coinbase, but it's just like any other exchange, the perps, perpetual contracts, same thing. They're not spot, but they follow spot pretty damn close. Pretty close. All right, so we are continuing to drop here. So that was an excellent execution of trades today. And I'll probably be done after we close these out, or whenever we do finally phase out of this trade for today. We're getting our, actually, let me see something really quickly. So probably stock markets are down too, a little bit. What do you know? Dow Jones down 0.25%, S&P down 0.25%. I'm actually surprised that the NASDAQ is only down, is pretty much unchanged. That's interesting. Remember that NASDAQ Let's see, downfalls after weak economic data, more tariff threats. NASDAQ is propped up by Palantir. That is the war missile company, right? So this is why NASDAQ is pretty holding up tight today. It's holding in. But I think that's going to fade if the rest of the markets are rolling over. That's just my, opinion on that. We got Crypto City in the building. We're currently in 2 trades, ladies and gents. We've taken 700 off the table, and we're currently in a Bitcoin short still, about 600, and another 600 on Ethereum that we're short right now. Yesterday's trade, if you guys were in the stream, you recall we went short. Let's scroll back. We went long on Bitcoin. We were able to take 50% of the profits on that trade after the live stream. I was able to take that 50% off the table there. The rest kind of got caught up, and we ended up reversing that right here, pretty much at break-even point. But we doubled down on the long there, so that was a nice take profit on that one. And then if you would have traded after hours yesterday, but using Bloodalytics, you would have gone short here at 9 something, taking 50% of the profits off of there. And we kind of got a toggle back and forth this morning in the London session, where we tried to go long and doubled down on that long, but unfortunately we ended up having to go short, and that's what we're in right now. So that's a sequence of trades on Bitcoin. Palantir spying on us. Of course, they're all spying. The NSA. I mean, really, when Snowden opened the floodgates with that situation, exposing the NSA, it was all over. We should have known. Better start talking in Morse code. Better start talking in Morse code. So we are we're deep in the profits right now on these shorts. Bitcoin 650, Ethereum 600. We've taken 700 off the table already. Locked in those gains. Optimus Prime in the house. Hit that like button as you guys come in. We're trading live now. Bloodalytics scalping. The U.S. session. We're now at the bottom of the range for New York. For U.S. time zone. Bottom of the range. So Travel Behemoth says the sound is terrible. Let me double check and make sure we have the right mic going on here, because we might not. Thank you for telling me that. Sometimes it gets put back on my camera mic, and that's not the mic we should have. No, we're on the right mic. You guys let me know if you're having problems hearing me today. Setup is all good. Yeah, travel. It might be you on your end, buddy. Everyone else saying everything sounds good. Brian Kelso says it sounds great to him. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, exactly, Crypto City. Hope you're doing well, Crypto City. I haven't seen you in a while. It's summertime, man, so I have not been too active in the chat rooms. Haven't been streaming lately, but I'm getting back into it. I just got back from New York. Was down there for a few days last week. I was there for the apparent flood that happened on Thursday, and I was there for the apparent earthquake that happened Saturday night. I don't know how I missed both, but hey, you just can't believe shit nowadays, man. Can't believe nothing. All right, so we got a running P&L of 700 right now and 600 for Ethereum short, which was executed. Again, I missed the entry at 8:30, but I waited for it to, the market, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you just got to live with the fact that you missed the entry. Now, if you're like within 0.1% of the entry, okay, you can do that. You can add some capital in there. But I waited until we got back up here. Actually, end up selling right above our entry on Bitcoin, and same thing with Ethereum here. All good, travel. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to give you the free trade for today. I try to give you a trade setup every day from Bloodalytics, but everything moved so fast, and by the time I went live, it was 10 o'clock. I actually shorted before 10 o'clock, and by the time we went live, we were back out of the entry point zone for that short. So I was not able to give you one, but you should have taken and made some money off yesterday's free trade signal. Okay. We're now up about $800 on Bitcoin and $600 on Ethereum. Again, remember, we've already taken in 700 on take profits so far. So let me go grab my phone, hit the like button, share this stream. Let's get more people in here. YouTube shadow bans my live streams. I have no clue why. But let's get more people on X as well. I'll be right back. Let me get my phone. All right, we're back. We're back. We're back. All right, let's check on these trades here. So we still at the bottom of the range for US session on crypto. As you guys can see here, still at the bottom of the range for Bitcoin. How many feel like we're heading lower? Because I think it was, I can't remember who said that 114 was the gap fill for Bitcoin. So we're now 1,000 below that. Let's take a look at my main chart. Maybe that can give us some help here. All right, so I'm pulling up the main chart that I use to kind of just track where things are going. And it's so crazy because ever since the new moon, we did run back up towards the moon zone, but then we faded and we've been heading lower near bottom of the zone right now, which occurred over on Saturday. That was when from Friday to Saturday we had that sell-off. It was basically bad jobs report, you know, more tariff issues going on right now. Trump just fucking up shit. I'm so disappointed in Trump, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Too good to be true, huh? Too good to be true. So up about 22% on our Bitcoin short and up 43% on the Ethereum short right now. But we have tariffs are probably, and I said this, I said end of the summer, August, it's going to go down. Because even 3 months ago, I knew that Trump punting on his tariff threats were going to come back home to roost. Like, you're not going to be able to threaten people and get away with it, and you're not going to be able to essentially eat your cake, you know, have your cake and eat it too. You can't get both in regards to this tariff stuff. Someone's gonna hurt, right? Someone's gonna hurt from this. So I just felt like he wasn't going to be able to wiggle himself out of this. Already the deal wasn't going to work fully on this one. These tariffs, just didn't see it happening. So that's why I said end of the summer, August, end of the summer, somewhere around there. Everything was going to have to come home to roost. We know he's not going to back down. But what I like to really look at, the interesting chart for me and what I monitor is the altcoin chart. Let me fix the price ratio on that. The altcoin chart is what I like to look at. This is everything excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so what we had happen on Saturday was a bounce off of that red line. We've been above that red line essentially since July 15th. And we bounced off of it. So this is the area we have to watch. This chart kind of is a leading indicator to me on the permanent or more long-lasting trend in crypto. Bitcoin pretty much sets the tone, but like structurally, or technically, I should say, technically, when I see areas violated on this chart, they actually end up carrying through and you get a broader move in that one direction. So this is why I'm saying we need to watch at this point like $926 billion market cap on the cryptos, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's what we need to watch. That's what we need to watch. Roughly 800 running P&L on the Bitcoin short and 600 on Ethereum. We've already taken 700 off the table on today's live trading session. So let's get back over to the trades here. So we are starting to get a little probably short covering. Now this is all in the 1 minute. So very granular, very accurate entries and exits. Just for anyone coming in late to the stream, we entered a short at 8:30, but I actually entered my shorts when the markets ran back up around 9:45. We went live at 10:07ish, somewhere around there. So was able to get the run back to entry point on both Ethereum and Bitcoin. So we're deep in the money on this trade, on both these trades. Again, if you would like access to this signal for free, you can sign up with BitTuneX right now. Scan this QR code, create a new account. Even if you have an account already, you got to create a new one under my affiliate link. And if you do that, all you have to do is send me your UID number and your TradingView username to algo@cryptoblood.io. You'll get 5 free days of the scalping system. And if you like what you see, go ahead and sign up. No obligation. Month to month. $24 a month. The prices are going up soon, but for now they are $24 a month. So you might want to lock that in. But for the 1 minute scalping system for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as I said yesterday, I'm redoing the Bloodalytics landing page. Okay, and it'll be more clear on the services I offer. Because how I'm gonna end up doing it is I'll have separate monthly subscriptions for the scalping on various pairs. So you know, I got the Bitcoin versus Ethereum, not versus, but Bitcoin and Ethereum scalping systems available now for $24.99. But I'll end up adding 2 other pairs. That'll be another chart, another subscription, and so on and so forth. And then you have the swing trading, which is actually more so like a hedge fund, longer term growth account type strategy that's automatic. So you just set up your Blowfin account and it trades for you. So we'll have that as well. Let's see. Travel says, I'm biased because my bags are down horrendously. I think they want to create more demand for treasuries, so are going to inflate the market as much as possible before midterms. We praying for September, October for a new local top. Gotcha. M2 still going up. Okay, M2 is still going up. Let's check on these trades, y'all. We're still at creating newer lows in the New York session, U.S. session for Bitcoin. We're now up about $1,000 on Bitcoin and $600 on Ethereum. Now we've already taken $700 off the table. All right, so let's take a quick look at, before we wrap up for today's session, let's take a quick look at this this article from Galaxy Digital out of CCN. Galaxy Digital offloads troves of Bitcoin market stays steady. So this happened actually last week. I didn't even realize the Galaxy Digital transferred 17,000 Bitcoin to exchanges, dumping 10,000 Bitcoins worth 1.16 billion. So they've been steadily offloading Bitcoin. You got to ask yourself, is it just a take profit situation? But the latest sales totaled 30,000 Bitcoin, worth over 3.5 billion on July 25th. Despite the size of the transaction, broader crypto markets remain largely unfazed. They didn't even try to sell over the counter. They sold on an exchange. Is that what it says? What do you guys think about this? Is this like a canary in the coal mine? Some type of warning that the top really is in? The local top is in? I don't know. I mean, it's no Michael Saylor, right? So if we see Michael Saylor selling, it's too late. If he's selling, you know he's not selling at the top. He's going to be selling at the bottom, which is going to... Okay, so Galaxy, which offers over-the-counter services for large trades, began moving parts of this stash on July 17th, sending 6,000 Bitcoin to exchanges. Then on July 25th, the Galaxy shifted another 3,500 to exchanges and moved 1,500 to unidentified wallets, according to Arkham Intelligence. While it's unclear exactly how much was sold, traders like Marty Party speculate that part of the Bitcoin was used to support Galaxy's internal operations. In contrast, the rest was likely sold or redistributed. Interesting. I wouldn't really read into it too much. ETF outflows were about 465 on Monday the 9th. Spot Ether ETF recorded total net outflows of 465 million, the largest on record. Is it million or billion? Largest on record following Friday's 152 drawdown, according to Social Value. They're betting big on Solana. I'm betting big on Solana too. That's my favorite, bro. I know you're a Pulse Chain guy, 10 pound, but I'm Solana, man. Solana has the brightest future in my opinion. So we are seeing some outflows right now. I just feel like local top might be in, man. I put that tweet out. I said when we were at 100, I said y'all can keep $120,000 Bitcoin. I'll see y'all at 60, and I meant it. And I may be wrong, but I might be right, ladies and gentlemen. So 10 pound and travel believes Galaxy is probably buying altcoins. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Definitely possible. So again, we're really toward the bottom of the range for New York session so far. The low was 112,645. Man, we're not getting any let up at this point. I can't stand Solana. It's the most toxic chain of all time. That's your boy Sam Bank. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. It is. You know, he was involved with that. But hey, the ecosystem has a mind of its own. The toxicity is not the chain, it's the people that are participating. So it's really you and I. Round of applause. It's us, the DGens, that makes it toxic. It's not the technology. So I think we're placing blame on the wrong entities here. I'm just saying, it's over, question mark. Anything for Click says. Nah, it's not over, but if you bought at 120,000, it's over for you. I'm just, for a while. As long as you don't sell, you don't go to hell. So, Crypto Pollo in the house. What's up, brother? So just to recap, guys, we went short this morning. I went short this morning. Unfortunately, I couldn't give you a free trade because I went short right before going live. But went short right before going live at about 9:45, 9:50 this morning. Basically, I missed my entry. And zoom in a little bit. I missed my initial Bloodalytics scalping entry on the 1 minute chart. That happened at 8:30, but I again captured it here. Same sequence with Ethereum. Missed it this morning at 8:30, but I captured it here about 9:45 and rolled this bad boy all the way down. We're now toward the bottom of the trading zone. We keep making new lows. I'm sure we'll get some retracement at some point, but we did take 50% of our profits here on Ethereum at 10.14, and then we took 50% of our profits at 10.16 on Bitcoin. So we currently have like a running P&L of 936 on Bitcoin, 640 on Ethereum, but we took about $800, $700 off the table already for today. And yeah, that's it, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. They still Windows 95. No, they're listen, I have to, I made so much fun of Solana for so many years, about a year and a half. They haven't had another crash. That one update seems to have really done it. So I can't even call them Windows 95 right now, man. No blue screens of death. Haven't seen any. Brian says, you don't think Bitcoin is too regulated to drop 50%? That would mean a stock market drop as well. Oh, it's for sure stock market. It's all stock market. So good point. So a stock market drop of 10% would be a 50% move down in Bitcoin. So a 10% drop in NASDAQ, more precisely, Brian, if we see a 10% drop in NASDAQ, you're going to see a 30-40% drop in Bitcoin. Have you heard about the aliens traveling in a cigar? Round of applause to 31A, I think it is. 31A. They're traveling in this cigar right here. I'm smoking them. 31A. I heard about it. I just don't understand like how this is any different than a Oumuamua. When is it supposed? We just found out about it. We just picked it up in July. So it's scary that we really can't monitor the skies and pick up on stuff like we should. We should be able to track this stuff, I would think. Crypto Polio said, I started to rotate funds to real estate. Okay, all right, real estate. He said, Nail Blood, look at the stock ticker. Okay. Yeah, if the president hyped the chain and it didn't crash, it's solid as a rock. True. From a technological standpoint, it's solid. And for him to pick that chain, you got to look at that stuff too, right? So it's just residuals from a lot of stuff, but specifically, or more specific, like even what Trump did. That's a good point. And I said that when Trump picked Solana to launch his meme coin, I said, damn, this is a stamp of official approval for Solana. So I don't know. All right, so I'll update you guys tomorrow, or may come back later tonight, today, see how the trades ended up. I might do that, do a little Gareth Soloway at the end of the day. We'll see. Hit that like button, share this stream. Don't forget, get a whole 5 days worth of this signal if you sign up with Bit2Next right now. Scan that QR code and send me your UID number and your TradingView username to algo@cryptoblood.io. I got a promo for Blowfin as well. I'll give you the details on that tomorrow or later tonight if I stream again. All right, that's it though, ladies and gents. Your boy Crypto Blood. I'm out of here.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.